Look, look. What happen when you get money? Niggas get mad at you. Look, hoes start choosing, throwing cash at you. Cash, I mean pussy, nigga, you should know. It's all about the money, nigga, in the gold. Look, I feel like Masa Musa, I need all that. Got some niggas around me, you should fall back.
What up? You already know what it is, Guy King TV, I'm Patai. And, yeah, man. Good girls don't orgasm, bad girls do. What does this mean? You know, as a nigga who deal with this tantra shit and deal with the occult, Uranus is in Taurus right now. And so when Uranus is in Taurus, we're talking about the unconventional nature of love, the sensual side of sex. All of those things are being changed, progressed, being intertwined with the stable, don't want to move, stubborn ass Taurus, right? And so there's going to be a lot of hiccups. There's going to be a lot of people not wanting to move with the change, not wanting to move with the energy of what's going on. People's values are going to have to shift in terms of what they think about love and relationships and sex. And what do they value about it? Or what do they have to realize that you can hold on to certain principles and values, but shit gonna change whether you like it or not. Now, when it comes to dealing with this, good girls don't orgasm, bad girls do. Now, I be seeing a lot of shit online. I've been seeing it for years, but I don't say that. But from what I see, there's a lot of women not orgasming. Now, as a tantra coach, what I do know is that a lot of that is psychological. Psychological. A lot of that has to do with the psyche. So when you got good girls out here shaming hoes, being like, damn, the hoes is winning, the hoes is women. Yeah, because the hoes is busting it open. The hoes is being them. Now, this is something that everybody gonna have to deal with, men and women. As I say all the time, niggas ain't got them educated on sex. We know how to fuck, but we don't know how to deal with sex and understand sex fully. And that's going to be something niggas going to have to learn when Uranus is in Taurus like it is now. You're going to have to learn to deal with it. Now, when I say bad girls orgasm, but good girls don't, what I mean is the motherfucking women who are putting on, you capping, or you are not tapping into your own femininity fully. And I mean that fully. You got to be the goddamn hoe, and you got to be the housewife. You got to be the motherfucking angel, and you got to be the goddamn sex devil. You got to utilize that, shawty. You got to be able to understand that you got to be both. You got to be a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. All that goddamn chast morality shit, throw that shit out the window when you get in the bedroom. Because if you minimize and deduce sex to just a sexual act and not understand that this shit is incorporated on all levels, you are already missing the point, and you doing yourself a disservice, not only to yourself but to the motherfuckers you fucking. Everybody you fuck, you supposed to be able to goddamn want to give them an experience, and you want to have an experience every single time. Don't look at this shit like it's a goddamn chore. And I'm an advocate for stop playing with your pussies, nigga. Stop playing with your dick. I'm an advocate for it because when you understand that when you tap into each other, there's a whole nother dimension. And when you take the time to really learn to bond with people, that opens up that level of sexuality within yourself, that level of vulnerability that you probably never thought you had. And it can scare you because it scares a lot of women when they actually get open. Oh, you ain't busting nuts, baby, because you scared to goddamn let go. You want to goddamn control everything. You want to control everything. You may be dealing with fear, but you want sex, you want intimacy, but you're not willing to let go. And in the process of doing that, you're pretty much self-sabotaging your own experiences with the sex. Now, while the bad girl busted open, she owns her freak shit. She owns her motherfucking sexuality. She ain't scared to hide it. She ain't scared to sit here and say what she like. She ain't scared to tell a motherfucker what she want. And real men don't motherfucking shame women for being freaky. Cause I'm a goddamn nasty ass motherfucker, baby. I'm like, yeah, be freaky. Cause a lot of the times from my experience, the women always tell me that either I'm the first person they orgasm with, they never had orgasm until they was with me, all types of crazy stuff with this tantra shit, because when you allow them to be free, when you encourage them to be open, and sometimes you really got to stand on that shit. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Sometimes you got to coach them, cause that's what they need. Same way a woman don't want no motherfucking nigga that don't know how to fuck. She want a nigga who know how to lay some pipes. She want a nigga who know how to fuck. So innately, she want a nigga that get bitches. She want a nigga that know bitches want to fuck and he know he buy his shit. Cause she knows that ensures that to her, she's gonna have a good time. But on the flip side of that, she could want all that shit, right? Because guess what women do? They project their Mars, right? So, ladies, look at your Mars. Look at your Sun. Look at your Mercury. Look at all your shit. Look at your Neptune. See, are you tapping into your fantasy self? If you're not tapping into your fantasy self, you missing out on a great experience when it comes to sex. When you are dealing with sex, there's levels to this shit. And you got to be able to understand that. Own your sexuality. Real men don't shame you, baby. Real men don't mind you being nasty, freaky. I don't shame you. Because you're you. What we care about, or what a real man would care about, is the relationship he has to you. Do you got mutual love and respect for each other? Can you be open and intimate with each other? And those processes right there, you allow yourself to unravel and open up parts of yourself that you never would have had if somebody didn't compel you to be free, to be open, to express yourself. Now, a lot of the times too, it ain't even the men that women are restricting themselves in terms of their sexuality from. They doing this shit so they don't get judged by other bitches. But it's the funny thing, ladies. The same bitches that you worrying about goddamn shaming you, they doing more shit than what you doing, and they out here trying to look chaste and moral, nigga. And it ain't about no morals. It's about you being able to understand your sexuality. Understand that this shit is spiritual. Understand that this shit has power. And it's not to be deduced to some just primal act of just copulation. But if you see it that way, that's based on your level of understanding. And so where you are with your sexuality determines how you can think and create and move further spiritually. Because the shit is all tied together. Please believe it. But I'll be talking more about that soon, but I just wanted to put this video out here and just talk about that real quick, just to get the conversation flowing, because this is going to be more prevalent as we go further into the later degrees of Uranus and Taurus. So this shit is going to be for a while. So get used to the changes in sexuality, get used to the changes in terms of what we deal with in terms of relationships. Reevaluate what you value in terms of sexuality, or don't be so stubborn in terms of what you are used to doing and it's not getting you nowhere. So if you're not getting no orgasms, ladies, and you're trying to be a good girl, but the bad girls out here busting open, squirting, man, all that type of shit. It's amazing when, as a man, you get a woman to finally open up, or you get a woman to submit to herself, first of all, and to the act of the sex, right? The dance. When you deal with women and they never had an orgasm before, and then you work with them to get them to orgasm, they start squirting all type of shit they never knew they can do until they was with you. That is the whole point of dealing with intimacy and sex. And so as a male, it's very important for me to talk about this shit. Because see, a lot of the times women are talking to women about sex, but a lot of times either some women don't want to hear men talk to them about sex, or some men just don't even talk to women about sex and really get into it like how we getting into it. But it's very important because this shit is about benefiting both of us. Both people want to have a good time in sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of nigga to get online and be goddamn worrying about what nobody else say, but I be seeing what women be saying, and a lot of times women, you got to take accountability for yourself. If you not getting no orgasm of sex, it ain't just the niggas. Because there's no coincidence that you could bust from a goddamn bullet or whatever the fuck y'all be using, but you can't bust from this nigga. No, it's because there's a lack of intimacy, there's a lack of trust within yourself and within each other for you to let the fuck go. Now, that's just the real talk. But You know, like I said, I'm gonna save the rest of this shit for another conversation later, but I just wanted to get that conversation started here.
Look, what happen when you get money, niggas get mad at you. Look, hoes start choosing, throwing cash at you. Cash, I mean pussy, nigga, you should know. It's all about the money, nigga, in the gold.